Now I am demonstrating my second POC of our project Reading Light Assistant, and the prototype is designed to help users maintain proper lighting conditions while reading. The device is designed to attach to a bookmark, and when the book is open, it should be able to detect motion and activate the light sensor. If the surrounding light is too dim, the device would provide a visual or an audio alert to remind the user to improve their lighting condition. The first variation we designed is the light feedback, while the second one focuses on the sound feedback, and that is what we mainly do on our second prototype. And now let me show how the motion detection feature is worked, and that is the same among the second variations. So I would like to say for once among this stuff, you can see that my device is not move at all now, and my output should be motion stopped the end of light monitoring. And now I would like to move my device. Yes, now my Adafruit is moving, and you can see that motion detected. And that is to say our reader that is using our device is actually start to read. And now I would change the light condition. And now I would like to turn off the light. You can tell that our light is on and it is gradually become larger. When I turn off the light and turn on the light and our lighting condition is light enough, it would immediately stop alerting. It would stop and turn down its LED light, so that we know that our user is in the correct lighting condition, and it would no longer have alert, so that our user would not be interrupted. And you can see that my motion is stopped and my Adafruit is still. And now I would turn off the light. You can see that no alert is sent. That is to say, when our device is still, that means our user is not in the reading condition, so the light would not be censored, and there would never be an alert. Now I would like to show the second prototype, and which is just generally like this first one, but we used a second way to give feedback, that is using audio alert. And now let's see. Now we can see that our Adafruit is still and the motion is stopped, and I would like to move it. Now motion is detected. I would like to turn down the light. You can hear that our alert is generally become larger, so that at first the big sound would not maybe make our user to be frightened, or it would not shock our user. We intentionally choose to make our sound alert generally grow larger, so that our user would not be interrupted so much. Now I would like to walk through my code. I use the second one as an example. First we see some threshold and something like that, and now we print that we start to detect, and in that case we would use the acceleration values to determine whether our device is moving or not. And if it is not moving, we would print that our motion stopped. And if it is actually moving, then we start to determine whether our surrounding circumstance is in the proper light condition or not. We use a light low to determine that whether we are in the low light condition or not. And here we use the light threshold to determine whether our condition is proper or not. Once we find that the light sensor tells us that our surrounding light is dim more than the threshold, we would print out that low light is detected, and we would start to give alert to our user. In this case, we use frequency to make our audio alert gradually grow bigger. We use some freak step to make our frequency of our audio feedback become larger and larger. And in the loop, once we find out that our light is lit again, that is to say our user actually turn on the light or something like that, so we don't need to give any longer alert. In that case, we would print out that sufficient light detected, and we would not give any longer feedback now. And to speak of some metrics, I think that we should check how often our users would need light assistance once we detect motion for our device. And that is to say how many times our users tend to be read in under a dim light condition, and that is more related to our users' reading habit, and we can maybe further to produce some feedback document to tell our user their reading habit, and maybe their in bad habit of reading. They usually do not turn on their light, or they just have a good reading habit and they do not need our device anymore because they are already developing a good reading habit using our device. Also, I think that something about how often our readers would turn on light after the alert are given, and I think that can be put into maybe some interview with our users. We give them different kind of feedback. One may give them the light feedback, that is our LED lights turning on, and they would give another feedback, that is our audio feedback, and we let them under the same circumstance reading the same book and using our device, and to see which one they would be more likely to turn on light sooner than the other one. And I think that can help us to improve our implementation for our prototype, because we would like the most useful feedback as our final implementation for our alert. So to enhance our prototype, I think that we would further add some code segments that I have described before. Also, maybe we would further output the matrix data to some monitor, or maybe it should be connected to some other program so that we can print out some details, circumstance of our user or something like that. I believe this matrix tracking would make our device from just simply providing lighting assistance to a tool that can help our users understand and improve their whole reading habits for their better eyes health or something like that.